Okay, it's Timmons here with Zombie Wolf Magazine, and we're here at NAMM. It's the first video of the show, and we wanted to start off with something really good. So we have Tom White, who represents MiDi, and he's going to tell us about the history of MiDi very briefly, and let us know about all the innovations that are in modern music based off the technology designed, as you can see, almost 30 years ago. So Tom, could you tell us a little bit about MiDi?
I sure can. It actually is almost exactly 30 years ago, at the January NAMM show, 1983, MiDi was introduced. Two manufacturers who produced the first products. Springfield Circus produced the Product 600, and Roland produced the Jupiter 6. We have those on display here at the show, and you can actually recreate the same demo that they did. Since then, of course, MiDi technology has exploded. Computers, cell phones, lighting controllers, all kinds of music instruments. Here on the show floor today, we have a variety of modern musical instruments that support MiDi. We have digital drums, pianos, guitars, something called a sonorion, which is a totally different kind of musical instrument that you play with your thumbs and your fingers. And let's see, what else do we have? Oh, we have modern-day synthesizers. And then at the very end of our display here, we actually have a 1983 MiDi product connected up to a 2013 MiDi product. Commodore 64 from 1983, hooked up to an iPad in 2013.
So, alright, so let me get this straight. You actually have a Commodore 64 computer hooked up to a modern piece of technology, and they're integrated.
It still works. You can actually take the iPad, it's a card product called NAMM, and you can actually play on it. It sends MiDi data to the Commodore 64. Commodore 64 records it, shows it on a Amber monochrome monitor from 1983, and then if you play it back, and actually play it again.
Now, just briefly, what kind of computers were being used back when MiDi started, and compared to what's being used now? Obviously now we're using products like Apple, modern PC technology, equipment that's designed specifically for MiDi. But back when it started, they probably had to do some serious integration with existing technology.
Exactly what we're showing. The Commodore 64, the Apple II, probably the most prominent computers at that time, 1983. You had to actually invent a plug-in card, or a slot card, that had the MiDi adapter in it, and programming for, and you had to custom make this for that particular computer. Today, all computers already have MiDi interfaces over USB, FireWire, or Ethernet, so if you want to get MiDi on your computer, it's already done.
Okay, great. Well, unfortunately, we're going to have to pause the camera for a minute and re-angle it, but we're going to come right back and show you some more. Okay, we're back, and we're back with Tom White, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at what's going on here. Now, right now, we're still setting up for NAMM. It's preview day, so, I mean, if you were here, you could probably hear all the hammers and saws and everything going in the back. But right now, they've got part of the display set up, and they're going to show us, you know, they have the Commodore 64. Have you ever seen one of these? This is what they look like.
That's it, right there.
You had to spend hours programming it just to play Pong, which was pretty neat when it came out. So, what's going on here?
So the guys who actually invented MiDi, Springfield Circus and Roland, did a lot of work to make sure that these computers as well. This is actually a Springfield Circus interface that goes into the back of the Commodore 64 and gave it MiDi ports, MiDi in and out. And they wrote a sequencer, which is the code that actually uses the computer processor to record all the MiDi data, store it, and send it back. This, being from 1983, has the awesome capability of storing 4,000 notes, which is probably maybe one song. But still, that was incredible today. And because it's MiDi, though, MiDi's still around after 30 years, we can hook this up to anything else that has MiDi and still use it. So in our demo, which unfortunately I can't show you because the iPad is here, we're going to hook this up to an iPad, which is a modern day version. And it also has a MiDi interface. We can play a synthesizer running on the iPad, record out of that synthesizer into the Commodore 64, store it, play it back, and be able to control the iPad.
So, we're going to come back tomorrow when they have the rest of the equipment set up, and he's going to show us that. We might have the camera, we might have not have the camera. I forgot how to talk. That's amazing. But anyway, we're going to come back tomorrow, do a little bit more video shoot, and you're going to see it in action.
30 years of MiDi.
30 years. 30 years of MiDi.
Yep. 83 to 2013.
I'm 47. It's still younger than me.
Live.
Imagine that.
Still working.
Anyway, thanks for tuning in to Zombie Wolf Magazine, and we'll be back with more tomorrow at NAMM.
Go MiDi.